Hello, YouTubers, friends, compatriots, bootlickers, shills, nestless, Irish peasants, vassals, Floridians. I am a useful idiot. Today I want to talk about Marco Rubio. Before you get all uptight and whatnot, let me just say that I don't want to hate this guy, and I don't actually hate him. I don't pick on these fuckers because I want to. I pick on these fuckers because I have to. And Mark Rubio, unfortunately, is another status quo opportunist bootlicker on the rise. And I have to do this video now because, of course, Time magazine had a cover and is declaring Marco Rubio the savior of the GOP party. And I beg to differ. He's the same old shit. So let's get down to the dirty details, as I like to say. So, Florida Senator Marco Rubio is contemplating a 2016 presidential race. So he's out there greasing the wheels with Wall Street money. Wow, what a surprise. And so he's met with Stephen Schwartzman from the Blackstone Group, Colbert, Kravis, and Roberts Law Group, and senior executives at Goldman Sachs and Barclays Capital. And so he's getting right in there with the in crowd. And I know pragmatically that's where you got to go to get the money, but I don't want anybody to tell me that Marco Rubio is something different, and he's going to bring change and fresh ideas to the Republican Party, because that's the furthest thing from the truth. As a matter of fact, Jeb Bush is his mentor, and one of his biggest financial backers is the same guy that helped bankroll Mitt Romney, and former lobbyist and Dick Cheney policy advisor Cesar Gondor is his chief of staff. So he's no better than the Democrats with all those Clinton cronies and proteges. Now we have all these junior senators and all these up-and-coming GOP mucky mucks. You all got to commingle with the same old GOP crowd, Karl Rove and Dick Cheney and all those scumbags. So anyway, just more examples of the fact that he is not going to present anything new. He's just the new junior bootlicker. And Rubio's always gotten Wall Street backing. Hedge fund manager and billionaire Paul Singer has backed him for a while. And that's the same guy that used to bankroll Mitt Romney. And Mitt Romney's a failed GOP candidate, not because Obama beat him, it's just because he's a failed candidate. He could run against himself and he'd be a failed candidate. And one expert was quoted as saying, it was a first date, and he's doing a lot of them, talking about his sojourn to Wall Street to drum up money. And he between 2007 and 2012, he got $937,000 from securities investment industry. He got $353,000 from a Wall Street PAC. He got $121,000 from Paul Singer and Elliott Management, and he got $85,000 from Goldman Sachs. So they're starting to grease his wheels early, because if he starts actually making a run and getting any tread, then they'll make sure you shower him with more money. And then Marco Rubio has the Reclaim America PAC. But as it turns out, he put $100,000 of state GOP charges on his state GOP credit card from 2006 to 2008. And he paid off $16,000, saying it was personal expenses, but the rest of it got stuck to the rest of us eventually. His boss was indicted for $1.5 million on a card for lavish entertaining, luxury hotels, chauffeured sedans. Because that's how they roll. Not because they're Republicans, but because they're politicians. And so the Democrats and the Republicans, the Republicrats and the Dempublicans, they all have the same bad habits. And so anyway, just like any politician, what did Rubio say when asked about using the party card for personal expenses? He said that sometimes he just pulled the wrong card out of his wallet, and he has called it a lesson learned. So I believe him. Why wouldn't I believe him? I mean, whenever politicians say that they just goofed and were absent-minded and can't remember, and then they've learned their lesson. And I know every time I've heard that, which is millions, they're always being sincere. And so as it turns out, Marco Rubio's also channeled campaign money to his relatives. He's been fined for improper campaign donations. His wife is the treasury for his own campaign, so he could give her a handsome salary. And he also claimed his parents fled Castro's Cuba to escape the oppression, but as it turns out, they actually left before Castro even came to power. So there's another creative mythology. Politicians try to create their mythology, kind of like Hillary Clinton saying she got shot at when the plane landed in Bosnia. And that turned out to be horseshit too, because these people like to live very vicariously through the lives of Americans who actually do have their lives on the line over in foreign theaters, where they're over here just having a political career and being chicken shits. And so Rubio is a first-term senator, Florida senator, and he's 40 years old. And interestingly enough, the GOP is starting to champion him as qualified to run for president in 2016. But I seem to recall that there was a lot of criticism of Barack Obama not having experience and being too young and being a junior U.S. senator. He's even a U.S. senator. Marco Rubio is a Florida senator. So, and Rubio is doing fine in D.C. now. And anyway, it turns out his grandfather was deported to Cuba, so that's a interesting sidelight, and he was baptized a Mormon. But now, of course, he's a Catholic because the GOP is basically kind of using a machine, a formula to create an anti-Obama. And, of course, that would be a young, articulate Latino. And so this is their answer to Obama and trying to broaden the spectrum for the GOP party because they're so known for not being inclusive. And this will show everyone that they are. And last but not least, Marco Rubio is married to a Miami Dolphins cheerleader. Well, see, turns out he's not all bad. But there you have it. Here we have Marco Rubio. Let's nip him in the bud now because I don't want to be talking about him in the 2016 presidential campaign. So let's just get rid of him now because if anybody's talking about any changes or any real hope for reviving the GOP, then you're going in the wrong direction with people like Marco Rubio. You should be going for Rand Paul, although the jury's still out on him as well. But I don't want the same old tired bullshit GOP status quo warmongers, status big spending fuckwads. And that's what Marco Rubio is. So you Marco Rubio's fans out there, go ahead, bring it on. I'm a useful idiot. Don't you be one too.